Okay, so I'm getting a lot of questions about Padlet. I put the directions on Canvas and on the PowerPoint, and some people just are not reading directions. So I'm going to go ahead and do a video. I did a little tutorial on QuickTime as far as how to do or how to create the Padlet. But, you know, Miss Smith is fantastic with technology and couldn't figure out how to put her recording over it, her voice recording. So I'm just going to go ahead and record while I talk over my tutorial. So you'll go ahead and you'll get logged into Padlet using the information on the whiteboard. Then in the top left-hand corner, that pink Make a Padlet button, you're going to click it and scroll down to where you see the blue shelf option and hit select. Once you've hit select, it's going to pop up an itemized menu to personalize your Padlet. Now, in the title portion, you're going to put you or your partner's names, very similar to book clubs. In the description section, you're going to put the topic that you will be researching. You are totally free to select the wallpaper that you want to customize your Padlet. There's a more option. You can scroll through. Here, I'm just clicking one that, I don't know, was interesting to me, I suppose. And then you'll scroll right back up to that back arrow, and you'll scroll down. When you scroll down, it has themes. You need to leave that light. Then it says font styles. Select one that's legible. Any of those are okay. You don't need to select an icon, so that's already done for you. In the posting section, you need to make sure that you are toggling the profanity filter on. I will be checking for this. In the collaboration section, you should be toggling those both on and allowing peers to like your posts. Nothing else on this menu you need to do, so just scroll back up to the top and hit the next button. After you've hit next, make sure it says secret. Make sure that it says that you can write when it says those with access. And that's all you need to change on here, so select next. Then go ahead and start posting. Now, in order to complete assignment 1, you need to go to make a new column that says assignment 1 and hit save. Then you're going to select the plus button and type in the title box, making a difference in my community. You're going to put your answers right below that to the prompt that is found on the Padlet shown yesterday in class. Okay, that has like the Global Goals website on it and the examples of other kids making a difference and all of that stuff. In the second little box, you're going to put questions and answers because that's another part of assignment 1. And you're going to type your answers in there as well. Okay? Then I want you to go ahead and add columns that fit your criteria. So here I'm just kind of giving an example of what I would do. So in one column, I would probably put your research. You could even put who is doing what research. I'm probably going to be asking for that information to make sure everyone in the group is contributing. So you could each have your own research column, or you could have one research column and then just put who found that research. I would definitely recommend having a websites used column. That way you're keeping track of all of your websites that will be included in your works cited. And then on the left or on the right hand side, there's a presentation ideas column. And I would recommend doing that for collaboration on how you are going to present the information to the class. Okay, once you've done all of this, you are done. Okay, you can log out of Padlet and move on with book clubs. Now, what I'm recommending is to go on to the Padlet I'm scrolling and adding to my tutorial now. Go back into Padlet like yesterday where I showed you. There's a community outreach one on the left-hand side. Click on that. In this one that I created, the community outreach I Wonder research, that is where you're going to find assignment 1. Now the prompts are listed below in the correct boxes, so questions and answers and making a difference in the community. You'll see there are 2 questions in that box, and then there are it's prompting you to develop 3 questions in the other box that you are going to find answers to. So once you've done that and you've looked on here, I'd recommend having a peer or someone in your group playing this while you are doing it in your own Padlet. You can copy and paste the questions if you want into your own Padlet, but go back into your Padlet. And then you're going to type your answers in these boxes that correspond with the questions either you're creating or the answers that you are giving, okay? Another thing I forgot to add, so your Padlet needs to be in that same folder as the directions that I showed yesterday in class, so this same Padlet. I see a few peers have already done that. That's fantastic. I appreciate you following directions. Now what I'm going to need you to do is go back into your Padlet. So I just recently made that example. Here's mine. I'm going to click on the 3 dots and I'm going to click on Add to Folder. Then I'm going to need to add it to the Community Outreach Project Directions folder. That is where you're going to find it every time that you are going to look for your Padlet specific for this project. Okay, you can also find it made in recents, but there's a ton of Padlets on there to sort through, and I highly recommend not doing that. So you definitely need to add it to this folder by, again, selecting the 3 prongs, add to folder, and then selecting the folder that I just mentioned, community outreach. Okay, I think that answers any questions. Make sure you're watching this all the way through. Make sure you're reading the directions fully on Canvas. I even put a step-by-step guide on Canvas. So I'm going to go back really quickly. Oh, Miss Smith is doing a terrible job of this right now. When you go on to your block, so right now I'm in block 2. It really doesn't matter. Both blocks have the same thing posted. Go into modules, scroll down to the schedule when Miss Smith is out. All the way down. And then you're going to see the schedule for today and then steps to creating your own Padlet. Everything I just verbalized to you in this video is in those step-by-step instructions. So those of you who have followed the instructions, put the folder or your Padlet in the correct folder, and you've completed assignment 1 already, that tells me you read the Canvas PowerPoint and you read through these instructions. So I really appreciate you following instructions while I'm out. Those of you who got that completed, if you could help your peers, that way you don't get a flooded email box of 1,000 emails asking the same questions. That would be great. So that is all. If you have any other questions, again, I want you to ask 2 or 3 peers first. You need to use your resources. Look at the instructions that I've provided you on Canvas. And then if you have any further questions, feel free to email me or send me a remind message. Okay? All right. Well, have a great week, and I will see you on Monday.